Well, blimey. Good thing I checked. I thought I'd done today's tag while I was up late last night, and I did not. So here we go. October Tag Challenge, day 15 of 40 or 41? Yeah, there's 41 days in October, dude. Day 50, part 15 of 31. Hey, you have enough money to make a sizable donation to which charity? Let's try this again. I am so hard to read the last few days because of my fibromyalgia fog. But anyways, you have enough money for a sizable charitable donation. To which charity do you donate and why? Or if you choose not to go through a charity, how would you send this money in a philanthropic way? I can't say it. I'm catching it from Siggy. I can't say words. Philanthropic. There we go. Oh my God. Anyways, I would give the money to a charity organization here in Saskatchewan called Telemiracle, which has a telethon every year, and I do believe that they have the current world record for the amount of money raised per capita. Being there's only about 1 million people in Saskatchewan, and that's about all that are donating is people from Saskatchewan. It's an amazing amount of money that they raise. I think it was like 5 or 6 million last year. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was kind of a lot. Being the small population, it's amazing, you know. And they do a huge amount of good work for people. They've helped out people that I literally know with equipment that they needed for their disabilities and whatnot, and they've helped people fly families to other parts of the country so that their children and so on can get medical attention. Mom had a helicopter ambulance bill that was around $7,000. They paid it. That was years ago. I don't even remember when that was. She had a heart attack, and it was she had to be flown from Fernie, British Columbia into Alberta. And where was she? Edmonton, Alberta. And yeah, it was a big bill, so it was nice that they paid it. What is something weird you do that you wonder if other people do it as well? Anything weird, quote unquote, that I do? That being out of the social norm and shadowing on the verge of unacceptable. I'm absolutely certain other people do. So there's nothing here that I would wonder if other people do as well. There's nothing because I'm a little bit worldly as opposed to a lot of people these days that just don't tend to care to look things up and look around them and investigate. That being said, it's everything weird, quote unquote, that I do, other people do, and I know that for a fact. Because I've seen them do it. Including the counting in my head thing, the counting really fast to 4 in my head. I know other people that do the same thing. It's not the number 4 usually, but I know people that do that. I know people that count their steps and all that stuff.
Yeah, if my mind isn't occupied, I will literally count my steps.
Anyways, suddenly you're in a horror film running from a masked murderer. Your only companion is the last person you texted. I'm fucked. And your only weapon is whatever is currently closest to your left hand. Again, I'm fucked. What is the movie like, and do you think you could survive? Well, the thing that's closest to my left hand is the tripod and my camera, or my phone attached to the tripod, and that's not going to kill a zombie. Yeah, it's a zombie movie and whatnot. And the last person I texted is even more disabled than I am. So I could outrun him though. The zombies would be eating him while I'm taking off. So I guess I might survive, but not for long. Anywho, what is one thing you've tried what is one thing you're tired of telling / explaining to other people? Fibromyalgia is an actual disability. It really profoundly affects you, and because you can't see the disability doesn't mean it's not there. The vast majority of disabled people are, quote, invisibly disabled, because, we're not walking with crutches, and we're not in wheelchairs and whatnot. We're not all doubled over with big lumps on our back, It's not apparent, but it's there, and it profoundly affects our lives. That's the majority of disabled people. Yippers. Many friends included. What embarrassing memory will forever be burned into your mind? The only really embarrassing moment that I had in my life was flashing the pastor accidentally. And I've said this in this bank of questions already, but here we go again. I'm sitting in the front row of the church. I'm wearing tight pants. I'm not wearing any underwear. I am literally lined up with the podium. Pastor's sitting up there, my pants split. The boys fall out, and he's like, "Hi, Dave," and I'm like, "Oh shit." I've really never had any qualms about people seeing my naked body ever, but being that it was in church, it felt very inappropriate and very wrong, and I slinked out. And it was literally the only time I've ever been embarrassed about somebody seeing me naked, my man bits, that is. So yeah. Often when I'm in the emergency ward and they have to have me undressed, the nurses are like, "Oh, let's cover you up." And I'm like, "I don't care. Leave me uncovered. I don't care." And they're like, "Well," a lot of them will say, "You should care." And I'm like, I've been a nudist since I was a toddler. I don't care when people see me. And they just cannot get it. It's not in their realm of experience, and they have body shame like crazy, and it sucks that they do, and I feel sorry for them. But anyways, what was the busiest day of your life thus far? Busiest day of my life thus far. I have to say, when I was the only one plating on a buffet, a banquet. There were just about 300 people there, and I had 20 minutes to plate 300 meals myself. Now, I kept up to 4 people that were serving the food to the people out there, and I didn't slow them down one bit. I plated close to 300 meals. I can't remember the exact amount. It was less than 300, but it was close. It was booked for 300, but they didn't all show up, right? Anyways, um, and the food looked good. I plated them all exactly the same. They all looked well. So that was nice. That was nice because there was a lamb dish that was served, and we normally don't do something that fancy there, or didn't do something that fancy there. So the leftovers were much appreciated going down our gullets. What was the greatest day of your life thus far? Christmas Day when I was 10. Not going to explain because this is going long already. What was the worst day of your life thus far? That's a toss-up between the day I fell and had to literally yell for help for 6 hours and be taken away in an ambulance and end up in the hospital for 9 days because I was going to be absolutely fucked if I didn't go. Or the day Mom died. One of the two. They're a toss-up between the two. They're both equally as horrific a day to me. Yeah. What is one thing you're good at that people don't expect? Fuck if I know. Yeah. Something I'm good at that people don't expect. Seeing patterns, I guess. I don't know. People see somebody who's on disability and they think stupid right away. People see somebody who's morbidly obese and they think stupid right away. So the ability to very rapidly spot patterns in a jumble of data is something they don't expect from you. I've explained this before, and I'm not going to explain it again, but yeah, I'm freakishly good at it. Yeah. Anyways, not, like code breaker, really super good, but way more than average. Way more than average. Anyways, in what way do you differ most from your parents? I'm not racist. I hate saying that, but my parents had a really big problem with First Nations people, and it was to me disturbing, and I always felt uneasy about them saying some of the things that they did and whatnot. And being that I had Native friends, First Nations friends, it was disheartening to me. It was. Even as a little kid, I couldn't understand why they didn't like the people, even though Dad was speaking from the point of view of somebody who had to deal with a good number of them in a very bad way, being a police officer. I didn't understand it, and I never understood homophobia or transphobia in this, even as a child. Even when trans was super taboo back in the 70s. I never understood why people even cared. I never did. Anyways, have a good day. Keep smiling, yo!